When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend.
We do apologize. Apparently we're having some video connection issues. This is weird. We're having some video connection issues. I don't know what's going on here. Let me see something here. We do apologize about this. Don't. Yeah, we do apologize about that. Welcome to the program. Welcome once more to the program. It is Make We Talk Thursday. Today's Thursday. Yes, it is. It is. Yes, today's Thursday. Let me see something. I think today. Yes, today's Thursday, June 20, 2024. We're going to speak about what happened. Some videos clipping from what happened in the VYBZ Kartel case then and now. We're going to do a flashback on it. And, you know, when I decided to do the research on it this morning, I was like, wow, some very interesting, very interesting case from then and now. And, you know, when you sit down and you look on all of this, good morning, Yo-Yo. Good morning, everyone on the platform here. Welcome. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk channel. It's afternoon. Why am I saying good morning? Good afternoon, ladies and gentle people. Wherever you listen from around the world, good afternoon to you. You know, when I decided to do the research this morning on the Vibe Cartel murder case, there's some stuff that I saw. I was like, my God, you know, that the news brought to us from then. So let us go into without any chit chat with this. Let's go further into this case. Then and now. We're gonna go when he first started to go to court. Yes, hold on for me. I think we're gonna go into this one first. When he was arrested. When he was first arrested, we're gonna go into that. Bear with me, please. I'm gonna go into something that I don't really like to do because every time I do it this way, it doesn't look so professional, but it's what I have to do to get through to certain things. Here we go.
Waiting on the police to indicate the way forward.
The popular and controversial dancehall artist VYBZ KARTEL, whose given name is Adeja Palmer, remains in police custody this evening. He was arrested before daybreak this morning after police raided a New Kingston hotel and allegedly found a quantity of ganja. But in a move that could indicate that the police have other charges in mind, officers spent much of the day searching premises linked to the entertainer. Kirk Wright was in tow as investigators went from one location to another.
Investigators were kept busy all afternoon as they swooped down on several premises reportedly frequented by VYBZ KARTEL. The police team comprising the Caribbean Search Center and the flying squad first went to the upscale St. Andrew neighborhood of Norbrook. Armed with various tools, the officers went straight to work. Here, a team member carefully searches a knapsack allegedly found inside the DJ's home. After more than an hour, the team emerged with several bags containing various items. The DJ also emerged in handcuffs to be taken to another premises linked to him. Now, after that detailed search of the entertainer's house in Norbrook, the police moved on to another location here in Havendale. At this time, it was a premises on Swallowfield Avenue in Havendale, St. Andrew, which persons in the area confirmed had been damaged by fire about 2 weeks ago. At each location, the police brought the DJ inside the premises before conducting a search. The police spent about half an hour at the Havendale location before removing a scorched computer hard drive and what appeared to be a computer. The team then went to Portmore in St. Catherine, Independent City to be exact, where they spent some time searching another premises. Many persons, including his girlfriend Shorty, converged at the location. As the DJ emerged from the premises, persons jeered the police saying Cartel should be freed. He was quickly whisked away by the police to an undisclosed location. Before his journey across the corporate area and St. Catherine, the popular artist had spent the morning here at the Kingston Central Police Station. The DJ was brought here after being nabbed during a raid at the New Kingston Hotel about 4 o'clock this morning. 2 other associates, including a woman, were held. A quantity of ganja was allegedly found in the room they occupied. But the DJ's attorney at law, Christian Tavares Vincent, told TVJ News Center that the ganja found in the entertainer's room cannot be linked to the artist as there were other persons who had access. It appears, however, that the police may have something bigger than ganja charges on their minds. Assistant Commissioner of Police Eden Powell confirmed that the DJ's detention is part of a wider investigation, but would provide no more information. But our sources say murder charges could be laid against persons close to the controversial entertainer. The DJ's attorneys says they will be waiting for the police to indicate the way forward.
They will be awaiting more information in the way forward. And this was done on, hold on to me. This was done on 12 years ago. 12 years ago, VYBZ KARTEL was nabbed by the security forces and put away 12 years ago. You see how long he has been in there? 12 years ago that happened. And now we're waiting for July 31st. Will he be set free, or will there be a retrial in his case? We also have some videos that we're going to show to you where his first day in court, when he goes to court, this is one of the videos. Look at it.
Welcome back to Primetime News. A shocking revelation by investigators in the VYBZ Kartel murder case today as a dancehall artist and 3 other members of the Portmore Empire appeared in court.
The men are accused of murder and their attorneys demanding bail. Today, investigators disclose some of the evidence they're pursuing against all 4. Kirk Wright has been following the story.
A glimpse of Cartel on his way to court today. He has been in and out of court since the police nabbed him for 1 murder, locked him away and charged him with a second. And on each visit, the word from his attorneys has been consistent: bail denied. It's why Cartel's attorneys, as well as lawyers for 3 other men charged for the murder of Clive Williams, O.C. Lizard, complained to the court today that despite what they said appeared to be a lack of evidence linking their clients to the murder, they weren't being granted bail, as they press a shocking answer from investigators. The investigators declared they have video evidence showing Cartel and other men killing a man at a house in St. Andrew. It's alleged that the killing of the young man was captured on a cellular phone, which was later seized by the police. Investigators also said they're putting together telephone evidence as well as witness statements linking the men to the crime. Apart from Cartel, the others charged are Sean Campbell, otherwise called Sean Storm, fashion designer Calvin Hay, otherwise called Mooney, and Kira Jones. The men are charged for the August 16 murder of Mr. Williams, otherwise called Lizard. Government prosecutors reported that Mr. Williams was taken to a house in Havendale where he was beaten and stabbed to death over a missing gun. The body has not been found. The accused have several weeks in jail ahead of them.
Mr. Palmer and Mr. Hay, who were already before the court, were brought before the court. 2 other men were joined. My client, Sean Campbell, and another man by the name of Kira Jones was also joined. Jones was not before the court this morning. The matter has been set for the 2nd of December for the Crown to complete its file and the defense to be served with all the relevant statements so that bail applications may be made at that time.
Kirk Wright, TVJ News.
Homicide detectives are at this hour probing the circumstances under which 3 men were killed in the Red Hills Road area of St. Andrew this morning. The police say the men may have fallen victims to vigilante justice. Archibald Gordon reports.
Sorry about that. There you have it. Went to court on that day. Then you have, there are so many. He went to court. Then outside the courtroom, chaos erupted. Where Jamaicans from all walks of life is saying they should set him free. Then they hand down the verdict. You remember that well-known entertainer Busta Rhymes was in Jamaica for that. But I want you all to listen to this one here. I want to go back to it, where Jamaicans decide to take to the streets that they need Cartel to go free. It was downtown Kingston. Then and now, you didn't see so much people out there this time. But in 2010, when all of this happened, 2011, I think, when all of this happened, this is what happened out there. Jamaicans are still calling. There he is. No more locks. He has trim his hair and he attend court with his co-accused. And all of that. We almost
have a verdict which the defense team accepts, and we are in the process now of putting together the appeal, because we feel that there are a number of matters which the Court of Appeal will be asked or should be asked to decide on.
That was his attorney at law at that time, Thomas Tavares Finson. And then all of this that is going on, to me, in my opinion, as I said before, I'm not an attorney at law, maybe could have been avoided. Listen to this video.
Embattled dancehall superstar VYBZ KARTEL is to continue his stint behind bars. He will seek bail for one of his murder cases on Friday, March 23. This is just over 2 weeks before his drug trial begins on April 13. KARTEL has been in custody since September 2011. He has been charged with several offenses. On Wednesday, March 21, KARTEL arrived at the Corporate Area Resident Magistrates Court sporting a new hairdo. He had swapped his long locks for a low haircut. KARTEL was greeted by several excited fans who waited in the sun for their idol. Police kept a tight lid on proceedings, even restricting journalists from filming the self-proclaimed world boss. As he was taken from the court, KARTEL's protege Gaza Slim smiled for her colleague and trumpeted his innocence.
He's very innocent.
Wow. From then, everybody have been saying he's very innocent. As I said before in this program, I cannot prove if the gentleman is innocent or guilty. I'm not here to do that. What I'm here to do is to show the people of Jamaica the video then and the video now. And if we all had known what we know now, when the Director of Public Prosecution, you see, everything goes back to her, you know. When the Director of Public Prosecution admitted to the people of this country that she has dealt with tainted jurors before. She has dealt with tainted jurors before. And based on what his lawyer said a couple of days ago outside the courtroom, listen to some of what his lawyer said outside the courtroom a couple of days ago.
Today is the final day, actually roll over into day 6.
Yes.
And to just provide a recap of all the submissions made and the discussions happening over the past 5 days.
Wow, it will require great memory to do all of that. But certainly the defense is saying no retrial. The prosecution is saying there can be a retrial. There was a breach of the fair trial right, which was the central issue of this case, and whether or not the court can order retrial in the circumstances. Certainly for the defense, we would have presented affidavit evidence, which was a plethora of documents. As you can see, it went over into day 6, and even at the end of day 6, there were so many documents that the court was inundated with information that they now have to go through. The prevalent Jamaica is a high crime society. It's recognized. There is resource in terms of information that puts Jamaica as a high crime society. I think what we need to appreciate is that when it comes to constitutional rights, it shouldn't be taken lightly. And so if we're to give effect to the rights, it has to be on a spectrum. So while it is, I'll just say, the prevalence of the offense, it has to be weighed with the presumption of innocence. Certainly, in terms of the progress of the case, the client is anxious. There's not much you can tell a man who wants to get out of jail as to why is it being delayed or anything like that. It is a continuing breach, and that, as I said, that's certainly where it is. And so I have no comforting words for my client, save and to say that the court has now made it clear that they're mindful of Mr. Palmer's illness, they're mindful of the length, and that certainly they have given a time, as in the maximum time that they will be able to write the judgment and be able to hand it down. This case is finished. I from the defense bar, fresh justice is something that a concept that we ought to be looking at in terms of trying to ensure that persons who are put before the court for the very first time, that their matters don't fall into the position that the appellants are in this particular case. So in terms of pushback, the judge did make it clear that there will be some pushback for other cases to ensure that in light of Mr. Palmer's illness, that they get the judgment out at the fastest possible time.
Yes. There's another video that I want to show you where they told us how many he got 35 years in prison, and if he should get out, he'd be senior citizen at 75. I hope my producers did put the video inside this thing here, but that is to show you the level of where this case has gone and is still going. I still ask the question, and I'm still saying this. How many other Jamaicans or in our prisons in our country who has never seen the light of day, who has never seen the step of a courthouse, much as to go in front of a judge? And how many other Jamaicans who has been before the court but never get a fair trial because of the negligence of a DPP or the corruption that went on, where the DPP admitted to the people of this country that she has dealt with tainted jurors before? How many? Many of us will say it's because of a VYBZ cartel we all have this case up and going. Maybe, maybe not. And if Mr. Cartel should be set free on the 31st of July this year, or should they order a retrial in his case, the question must be asked: how many other Jamaicans should get a retrial because of tainted jurors? We all must remember that the Director of Public Prosecution was the one who said what she said. None of us was there. I wasn't interviewing her. She was being interviewed by one of Jamaica's well-known radio station. And she was the one who said what she said. And I want you all to listen to again what she said.
Fallout, the discussions on VYBZ Cartel Privy Council appeal. Heat from the VYBZ Cartel Privy Council ruling continue. And this morning, for the first time, the DPP was responding since the judgment came down last Thursday morning. And she was asked by Tona and Ricardo about the advice she gave to the judge in the trial after it was revealed that there was an attempt to bribe the jurors.
DPP, having been told that all of your jurors in 2014 had been offered a $500,000 bribe, why did you not advise the judge that it was probably best to dismiss the jury, which was now obviously tainted?
You see, you are now trying to get me to discuss the matter, and I told you that I didn't wish to.
No, but certainly this point, DPP, is important, because here the law lords are saying you advised the judge that you were prepared to proceed even though you knew that the entire panel, 11 jurors the forewoman told you, had been offered bribes. Wouldn't that mean in your judgment, DPP, that the entire jury, as the law lords have now found, was contaminated? and should have been terminated or discharged.
Well, first of all, I am not the judge.
True, but you gave advice that you were prepared to proceed, and what I'm trying to understand.
We were prepared to proceed.
But why with that? Why were you prepared to proceed with a jury that was contaminated?
No. All the other factors, that some of which I cannot go into in terms of.
So you were thinking about cost. You were thinking about how long the matter had been going.
We were also thinking of security issues. There were a lot of other issues that we cannot go into the public domain, and what our information from the foreman was, what she was saying, was that all of the attempts had to do with acquittal. Clearly, if it had been the other way, we would have, clearly, given the overriding objective of any case, which is fairness to the accused. But what would have been perhaps planted in the mind of the jurors is, okay, you need to acquit. And remember that these persons, at least two of them, are very famous. So it would have been, as far as the prosecution, when we discussed it, we would have been at those ones at a great disadvantage. This is not the first time.
But with the greatest respect, DPP, that's not persuasive, because what I want you to focus on is the fact that the process now had been corrupted and contaminated, and you advised the judge that you were comfortable proceeding with a contaminated and corrupt process.
This is not the first time that I have had to deal with jury tampering.
And be that as it may, in the exercise of your judgment, why did you not see it fit to bring to an end a matter that had been corrupted?
After 64 days of trial?
Isn't the interest of protecting the impartial trial greater than the length of time that had elapsed?
I agree with you on paper, but I have done other cases where there has been jury tampering to the great negative of the prosecution. I have seen cases, I've seen jury inquiries where the juror, having been questioned, it was quite clear that it was either an accused person or an accused person's relative that approached the juror. And the juror was able to indicate to the court that it did not make any difference. He would still be able to have an impartial situation in his mind. I have had the experience. I've prosecuted many cases. And when asked, I have indicated that we don't have any problem. So in other words, we are prepared to take our chances and just try to make sure that you have a very powerful address. But this, what happened in a couple of the cases I've dealt with, didn't happen during summation. It happened before we got to summation. So I have had the experience before of jury tampering. And I have been asked before, what is my view, being the prosecutor in the matter? And even after the inquiry, it's a judgment. It's quite clear that you don't know if the juror is telling you everything about the encounter with the relative of the accused, but you are willing to take the chance nonetheless. So it has happened. I mean, both myself and Mr. Taylor, who was the prosecutor, we didn't drop from the sky. It's not the first case that we are both having to deal with. And in our experience, we have had to deal with cases where you have issues arising.
With the benefit of hindsight, do you regret the submissions you made?
You are not going to get me there. You are not going to get me.
Well, quite an interesting 5 minutes of exchanges there. And the takeaway for me is the DPP seems to be relying on the fact that in her long prosecutorial career, she has made a judgment call, several judgment calls, in a number of instances of jury tampering. And I wonder, does that make it legally correct? It might be a call that has been wrong. Because surely, based on what we now have from the Privy Council, jury misconduct undermines the fundamental principle of the justice system of the accused being
undermine the fundamental principle of the justice system of the accused. That means that Jamaica's chief prosecutor, I can't say she's a former DPP or what, because they should have an acting DPP. But yet, we're being told, reliable sources is telling us that the DPP who was there before is now there same way. And we sit down in this country and we don't ask any question if this woman is being paid. Are we paying to DPP from taxpayers' money? We sit down in this country and we don't demand that the Chief Justice of Jamaica, along with the Attorney General of Jamaica, do a thorough investigation into the DPP. How many other cases, and people may say, Jeffrey, keep on repeating yourself, but it has to be repeated. How many other cases have the Director of Public Prosecution, Paula, dealt with tainted jurors? How many other Jamaican citizen is in prison at either Tambourine Farm, Port Augustus, or wherever they are because tainted jurors were there? How many other? She admitted to the nation of Jamaica. She admitted to the diaspora. She admitted to CARICOM. She admitted to the Human Rights Court. She admitted to the International Court that she, as Jamaica's chief prosecutor, has dealt with tainted jurors. She admitted to it. Now I will keep on saying this. I am not a lawyer, nor do I profess to be a lawyer. My heart goes out to Lizard's family. But where justice is to be had, we need to speak about it. This, as I said before, and I'm not trying to try a case, it is quite obvious that the chief prosecutor admitted to the people of this country that she has dealt with tainted jurors before. As you heard last night from Mr. Rattigan, that the Director of Public Prosecution admitted she has dealt with tainted jurors. And because of all of that, when the case went to London, the lords in London said, no man, this is damn stupidness. This woman doesn't have no sense. They sent back the case to Jamaica. And when it came back to Jamaica, that's the time Jamaica's chief prosecutor admitted to the people of Jamaica that she allowed the case to continue. And the judge that was presided over the cartel case said to the chief prosecutor, okay, Madam DPP, I'll allow it to continue too. He should have said no. He should have said no. But what he did, he allowed it to continue. And that is why we're in this predicament now. We're in this predicament now. I want to play another clip in here. Excuse me for this sort of clippings that I'm trying to get here. I'll play this clip in here.
The much-anticipated trial of dancehall entertainer VYBZ Kartel got underway in the Home Circuit Court last week. Kartel and 4 other men are charged with the August 2011 murder of Clive Lizard Williams. The 5th co-accused, fashion designer Calvin Hay, was released at the start of the trial after the prosecution said they found no evidence against him. Forensic investigator has testified that he found what appeared to be bloodstains at Kartel's home. And the prosecution is trying to prove that Kartel and his co-accused killed Williams because he had lost a weapon.
No. There is something else that I'm trying to find. You all remember the whole phone audio clippings? Found it earlier on with this operator, I don't know, but I found it earlier on. We don't know anything. We don't know anything. I personally do not know what went on. But you know, when you sit down and you listen to everything, you know, it begs to ask the question, where is Jamaica justice system heading? We're going to open the phone lines pretty soon, but we have to ask the question, where is Jamaica's justice system truly heading? Does Jamaicans have fair trial in our justice system? If someone is charged by the police for anything, do they truly get a fair trial in this country? Or should I say, does humanity get a fair trial in any other country at all? Do we truly get a fair trial in this country? Is Jamaica justice system at work? Are we making a big deal out of nothing when it comes on to this case? Huh? And during all of this, are we the Jamaican people to believe that a chief prosecutor can admit to something and we just sit idly by and says nothing about it? Is this the country that talk about a 2030 vision? Where a local dirty foot chose his boy who live below a crossroad. Can I get fair justice in this country? Huh? Is this the country that we call that we want to live for our children? Where the Constitutional Court handed down that the Director of Public Prosecution should go home and sit down. But a Minister of Justice, Delroy Truck, held bend and saying that she has to stay. Is it that there is no justice in this country for none of us? Is it that those who make the laws in this country can bend the law the way how they want it to suit themselves and their followers, while we suffer and languish in prisons around this country? Huh? Are we living in this country because, or should I say, those who put over us can make laws, but when we break them, we go to prison and we get unfair trials. But when they break the law, no one go to prison, no one get unfair trial. Is it that the law in this country are only made for the poorer class of Jamaicans, while those who are up the effluence of society, the laws don't apply to them? When you have a minister or a parliamentarian chip some pinks and pablos, some bad word, what we call in Jamaica bad word. But nothing comes out of it because they're from the effluence of society. But when a poor taxi driver decide to chip some cloth or say something that is not right, they're being dragged away and pushed into taxpayers' police jeep and kicked and boxed by police officers, and nothing comes out of it. Yet we have people will go to the streets of Jamaica and say there's nothing wrong with that. It's pain, peace, and out there. When it's stare them in their face. It cannot be that we as Jamaicans must sit down and accept the fact that, hey, it's just a normal day. We must stand up, and we must stand up now and demand accountability from our justice system. We must not allow Delroy Chuck to put back Paula as DPP. The Jamaican people must not. And I'm saying this not because of any VYBZ Kartel or any lizard. I am saying this because of every single Jamaican. This woman is not fit to be Jamaica's chief prosecutor. She's not fit to lead a part of the justice system in this country. And based on what Herb Nelson said last night, not the one who said it. I wish I had put in Herb Nelson's video clip in here. That she has 29 devices and how many email address. Not the one who said it. Herb Nelson, who is a senior investigator and who can deep dive things, found out that the DPP, whether she's former present DPP of Jamaica, I don't know. Because I can't believe that these people tell us. They said that they have an acting DPP and information reaching us that the current DPP was there before is still there. Yet she has 29 devices. Telephone, tablets. Why she have so much devices? And how many email address? They also, apparently Mr. Nelson said that they also have a dead man email address that they're using, a dead man name. Something is not right somewhere. And yet we have our people that sit down in this country. And when we give them the truth and the facts of what is going on in Jamaica, the W as a member of the People's National Party, they will not come out and say, my God, huh? Don't worry on yourself. I can block some people here today because I don't believe some me. It's a soft shoes that make a sad mistake. You're entitled to your opinion, yes, but don't come away with certain things. Don't come over this platform with certain things. I will not put up with it. I don't disrespect people, so don't disrespect me. There are so many things that's going on in this country. A former police officer graced me with his presence a couple of days ago by calling my phone. I was trying to remember his number to save it, but for some reason I didn't remember his number. I learned a lot from him. And I wish he could call the program today. I wish if he's listening to me, if you don't want to call and talk about anything, but to say a few words about this case, because I really want to talk to you off air. I didn't get the chance to speak to you off air a couple of days ago because I had was to do something else and I totally forgot. And I remember your number. I know it started with a 4, I think. But I would love for you to give me a call, sir. The former police officer who called this program a couple of days ago. Please give me a call. I would love to speak to him. Okay, Rosemary King, I will talk to Wayne about it. Thank you. Sorry. But we sit down in this country and we don't do nothing. We believe that these people are our gods. They're not my God. But where the truth lies, we must speak about it. The director of public prosecution admitted to the people of Jamaica. She said it, and I listen back to this video here.
Fallout,
Llewellyn's
the
shocking comments
discussions,
on Vybz Kartel Privy Council appeal.
Heat from the Vybz Kartel Privy Council ruling continue. And this morning, for the first time, the DPP was responding since the judgment came down last Thursday morning. And she was asked by Tona and Ricardo about the advice she gave to the judge in the trial after it was revealed that there was an attempt to bribe the jurors.
DPP, having been told that all of your jurors in 2014 had been offered a $500,000 bribe, why did you not advise the judge that it was probably best to dismiss the jury, which was now obviously tainted?
You see, you are now trying to get me to discuss the matter, and I told you that I didn't wish to.
No, but certainly this point, DPP, is important because here the law lords are saying you advised the judge that you were prepared to proceed even though you knew that the entire panel, 11 jurors, the forewoman told you, had been offered bribes. Wouldn't that mean in your judgment, DPP, that the entire jury, as the law lords have now found, was contaminated and should have been terminated or discharged?
Well, first of all, I am not the judge.
True, but you gave advice that you were prepared to proceed, and what I'm trying to understand.
We were prepared to proceed.
But why were you prepared to proceed with a jury that was contaminated?
No. All the other factors, that some of which I cannot go into in terms of.
So you were thinking about cost. You were thinking about how long the matter had been going.
We were also thinking of security issues. There were a lot of other issues that we cannot go into the public domain, and what our information from the foreman was, what she was saying, was that all of the attempts had to do with acquittal. Clearly, if it had been the other way, we would have, clearly, given the overriding objective of any case, which is fairness to the accused. But what would have been perhaps planted in the mind of the jurors is, okay, you need to acquit. And remember that these persons, at least 2 of them, are very famous. So it would have been, as far as the prosecution, when we discussed it, we would have been those ones at a great disadvantage. This is not the first time.
But with the greatest respect, DPP, that's not persuasive, because what I want you to focus on is the fact that the process now had been corrupted and contaminated, and you advised the judge that you were comfortable proceeding with a contaminated and corrupt process.
This is not the first time that I have had to deal with jury tampering.
And be that as it may, in the exercise of your judgment, why did you not see it fit to bring to an end a matter that had been corrupted?
After 64 days of trial?
Isn't the interest of protecting the impartial trial greater than the length of time that had elapsed?
I agree with you on paper, but I have done other cases where there has been jury tampering to the great negative of the prosecution. I have seen cases, I've seen jury inquiries where the juror, having been questioned, it was quite clear that it was either an accused person or an accused person's relative that approached the juror. And the juror was able to indicate to the court that it did not make any difference. He would still be able to have an impartial situation in his mind. I have had the experience. I've prosecuted many cases. And when asked, I have indicated that we don't have any problem. So in other words, we are prepared to take our chances and just try to make sure that you have a very powerful address. But this, what happened in a couple of the cases I've dealt with, didn't happen during summation. It happened before we got to summation. So I have had the experience before of jury tampering. And I have been asked before, what is my view, being the prosecutor in the matter? And even after the inquiry, it's a judgment. It's quite clear that you don't know if the juror is telling you everything about the encounter with the relative of the accused, but you are willing to take the chance nonetheless. So it has happened. I mean, both myself and Mr. Taylor, who was the prosecutor, we didn't drop from the sky. It's not the first case that we are both having to deal with. And in our experience, we have had to deal with cases where you have issues arising.
With the benefit of hindsight, do you regret the submissions you made?
You are not going to get me there. You are not going to get me.
Well, quite an...
I want to play something else for you all. I couldn't get it to come to my email. I want you to listen to the audio of it. And listen very carefully, please.
One defense attorney in the VYBZ Kartel murder trial has described as harsh the sentence handed down to the Storm. I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. At least one defense attorney in the VYBZ Kartel murder trial has described as harsh the sentence handed down to the convicts. On Thursday morning, Justice Lennox Campbell sentenced the men to life in prison. VYBZ Kartel is to serve 35 years before he becomes eligible for parole. Andre St. John is to serve 30 years, while Sean Storm Campbell and Kyra Jones will serve 25 years each before they're eligible for parole. Attorney Miguel Lawrence said he found the sentences excessive, but said he is anticipating exoneration on appeal.
They have spoken, the judge have spoken, and we now look forward to the Court of Appeal putting their stamp on the situation. We are hoping that in this regard, that the appeal will come up certainly within a year or so.
There was something said about him not pleading or not asking for leniency. What was that all about?
Essentially what he did is he maintained his innocence. What the judge had asked for is if there were any mitigating factors that we should submit on his behalf. Our position is very simple. He is a good father. He is an entertainer and has displayed good character thus far, and those things should have been taken into account. In addition to the fact that he has a clean record. At the end of all of that, he has instructed us to indicate that he is innocent and he will be appealing the sentence.
And if the appeals court upholds the convictions, the men will leave prison as senior citizens. VYBZ Kartel, now 38 years old, would be imprisoned up to 73 years old. Sean Storm Campbell, now 35 years old, would be imprisoned up to 60 years old. Kyra Jones, now 27, would be released at age 52, while Andre St. John, now 27, would be imprisoned up to 57 years old. Prisoners are released on parole by approval of the parole board and must display proper conduct in prison in order to be considered eligible. And there was surprise among Cartel's fans last week as they learned of his sentence.
In the deserving hard labor wickedness that Them no file lizard, they don't know about it. The poor lizard appearing right now. Wickedness that.
The law system not right, because them knows the lizard's a killer. Everybody knows the lizard's a killer. Everybody who do the law, them know that. Enough people lizard kill. So them shouldn't send Cartel to prison.
They shouldn't give him no life. They should just give him certain time and he come back home.
And one woman who was among the supporters ended on the wrong side of the law. She was arrested after being found with an offensive weapon and uttering indecent language. I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. At least one defense attorney in the VYBZ Kartel murder trial has described as harsh the sentence handed down.
At that time, Attorney at Law Miguel Lawn was one of VYBZ Kartel's attorney. And the attorney came out and said, when they handed down the judgment on Mr. Cartel's three accused, it was harsh. I know you listen to the video, but let's do what Mr. Lawn had to say some more.
On to the convicts. On Thursday morning, Justice Lennox Campbell sentenced the men to life in prison. VYBZ Kartel is to serve 35 years before he becomes eligible for parole. Andre St. John is to serve 30 years, while Sean Storm Campbell and Kyra Jones will serve 25 years each before they're eligible for parole.
You hear? Before they're eligible for parole.
Attorney Miguel Lawrence said he found the sentences excessive, but said he is anticipating exoneration on appeal.
They have spoken, the judge have spoken, and we now look forward to the Court of Appeal putting their stamp on the situation. We are hoping that in this regard, that the appeal will come up certainly within a year or so.
There was something said about him not pleading or not asking for leniency. What was that all about?
Essentially, what he did is he maintained his innocence. What the judge had asked for is if there were any mitigating factors.
This is the voice of one of his attorneys that is speaking here.
That we should submit on his behalf. Our position is very simple. He is a good father. He is an entertainer and has displayed good character thus far, and those things should have been taken into account. In addition to the fact that he has a clean record. At the end of all of that, he has instructed us to indicate that he is innocent and he will be appealing the sentence.
And if the appeals court upholds the convictions, the men will leave prison as senior citizens. VYBZ Kartel, now 38 years old, would be imprisoned up to 73 years old.
Up to 73 years old. How old is Cartel now? Because this is when the judge handed down the sentence of life imprisonment for them. He's in his 50s now, I think.
Sean Storm Campbell, now 35 years old, would be imprisoned up to 60 years old. Kyra Jones, now 27, would be released at age 52, while Andre St. John, now 27, would be imprisoned up to 57 years old. Prisoners.
I wonder, he's 48. I wonder, thank you. I wonder if those other Jamaican citizens who are in prison now because of maybe tainted jurors, Okay, he was born in 1976. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And welcome to my program. I hope you like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you so much. He was born in 1976. So he's 48 years old. I wonder if how many other Jamaicans who the so-called DPP put away for life. I wonder if they had a fair trial. I wonder if she admitted that she has put away some other Jamaican citizens with tainted jurors. And how many other judges in Jamaica did the same thing? Because the judge have the power to override the DPP and say, listen, I will not continue with this case. But the judge did. Both the Jamaica's chief prosecutor and the judge decide to continue with the case. I wonder how many other Jamaicans and we mustn't be so blind and so naive that if election should call tomorrow morning, that we can't say to Mark Golding or Andrew Holness, listen to me. Both of you need to look into what the DPP did. And both of you must demand that the Chief Justice of Jamaica, along with the Attorney General of Jamaica, look into the cases that the former DPP presided over. If you both truly love the Jamaican people, if you both truly are saying that we must have law and order in this country, if both Mark Jefferson Golding and Michael Andrew Holness or Andrew Michael Holness truly love the people of this country, and you want to see justice for all of us, then what you need to do, Mr. Golding and Mr. Holness, and I go there further, the Governor General of this country must demand that the Attorney General of Jamaica and Jamaica's Chief Justice look into the cases that the former DPP presided over. Did she preside over other cases that is already tainted? And how many Jamaicans didn't have a fair trial under this DPP? We can't put politics into this thing. Many of our other fellow Jamaicans are in prison innocently because of tainted jurors and because maybe because of tainted jurors and maybe because of a DPP who was presided over those cases with tainted jurors. The time we take to be coming on social media and cussing your fellow Jamaicans because of politics, you sit and look into yourself and ask the question, how many other of your black brothers and sisters is in prison right now because of tainted jurors? One moment for me, please. Pleasant good afternoon. Welcome to the Make We Talk program.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jeffrey. How are you today?
I'm here looking and living like my good friend, the late Wilmot Mutty Perkins.
All right. All right. This continuous discussion about cartel.
Yes.
It goes far beyond just a cartel situation, because as I said before in conversation with you, I am not even so much concerned, because if Cartel did the crime, he should serve the time.
Yes.
The problem we're having is surrounding how his human rights was violated.
Thank you.
And I heard somebody said, Mr. Jeffrey, that it was violated because Cartel must have stepped on somebody's toe, so he must be disciplined. And I'm going to submit as well that the DPP, Chief Justice, Minister of Justice, and Delroy Chuck, they are all collude. They have one aim, one intention. They are all sold on one idea. And sir, don't hold your breath to ask Andrew Holness to look into anything, because if the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river is going to be corrupt. You can't ask somebody who cannot even have his statutory deduction certified to look into corruption. That's a serious case, you know. That is like putting the cart before the horse. That's crazy.
And you know something, ma'am? You're so correct, you know. But we have so many of these so-called advocate groups in Jamaica. Jamaicans for Justice, the Jamaica Council of Churches, the Jamaica Human Rights, this and the Jamaica, this and the Jamaica that. You also have Mr. Trevor Monroe organization there. I don't know the name of it. Those are the groups should be demanding that the director of public prosecution be looked into. Should demand an investigation in her her dealings with cases, and ask the Jamaican Chief Justice and the Attorney General to look into her cases. But what they do, they sit down and they say nothing. Because it's not a member of the VYBZ and the VYBZ.
Absolutely.
Before, you know, I am not taking off of cartel now, nobody, you know.
Not at all, and we don't have any reason to.
But what I am talking about is the human rights of Jamaicans that continue to be breached by these people.
And especially when they are from the ghetto, sir, from the lower class. Look at Royal Reid with his shameless self, sitting and talking about he's there to ensure that JLP gets a third term. That man has no shame, and he's a disgrace. And they're not looking into those situations. Look at how much, look at the Ministry of Health and Education, how much is missing. And even the radio stations that are supposed to be there on behalf of the people, the masses, they are not even talking about these things.
I am telling you.
So the situation cannot be worse, you know, and it's one thing I know, the nanny spirit and the Paul Bogle spirit has long died, because everybody in Jamaica seems to be bought out or to be sold onto something. Because even when those human rights group come out and talk, it's 9-day wonders. They come and this flowing pretty speech, but nothing continues. No continuity, nothing at all happens after they are finished talking.
One thing I know, and I will say this publicly without any apologies to nobody. No boy, me turn Portia Simpson Miller. No boy, no girl can buy me out.
True, because I want to drive fear into everybody.
No boy, no girl can buy this boy out.
I've never seen a country so slack.
For those who are on social media where the Labour Party, they're going to money for shutting them out and phone for talk or PNP. Nobody can buy me out. None.
But Mr. Jeffrey, that's a disgrace, you know. And that is a fact, you know. That is true. Why do you think so many people talk about PMP and JLP and hold strong? It doesn't matter how wrong the situation is. Wrong is right for them and right is wrong. Because they are sitting and waiting on a $5,000 or $10,000 to get a belly full and then suffer for the rest of the time. You know that we have some Jamaicans, I'm not afraid to say it, I'm a Jamaican, but we have some Jamaicans, you know, who are so low and nasty and licky. Yes. It is not funny.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for calling. Have a next call coming in.
Take care of yourself, Mr. Jeffrey, and thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Good.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Make a Talk program.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jeffrey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good and informative program early in the week, the night, you know, but
pardon me?
It was very nice, very good and informative program here a few nights early in the week, man. Yeah, but right now, you know, they say like justice like love is blind. I want to know if Paula, when love for justice is as blinded her to the facts and figure that she can come out and say tainted jurors all the time, you know, is akin to people in New York that are something to stop and fist where you get a conviction at all costs. But until the illegal training, you know, say on the constitutional protection of the presumption of innocence and a fair trial, due process and justice. Well, did she ever learn that? And she's bold enough, and she's still in good standing with the Bar Association in Jamaica. How do you explain that to me? And explain that to the Jamaican populace at large and the diaspora abroad.
Can you repeat what you said, sir? Because you were going in and I couldn't hardly hear what you said earlier on. You want me to explain something to you?
Yeah, our Paula Llewellyn is still in good standing with the Bar Association of Jamaica after statements like those.
That's a very good question, you know, and I think that is why Wilfred Rattigan has decided to send a letter to the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Governor General of Jamaica, and the Bar Association of Jamaica. And I will go further and encourage Jamaican citizens to get a petition going and send it to the Bar Association of Jamaica and to the Attorney General of Jamaica, the Prime Minister, and the GG that Miss Llewellyn must step down. And they
must step down. She must be disbarred.
Right.
Her love of justice cannot be that blind to the fact that we are so how many innocent people are languishing in Jamaican prison now because she decided a tainted jury and fabricated evidence is good enough for a conviction for her, so I can look good as a DPP. Explain it. Tell me.
And that is why the Jamaican people, you can't depend on people alone in the diaspora. You all need to do something too. Get up and stand up and demand that an investigation is being done into the handling of the DPP office. She admitted to something. How many of your black brothers and sisters is in jail right now because of her admission?
Very egregious admission and misconduct. Very egregious and misconduct admission.
Of course. You're so correct.
Yes, sir. All right, that's just my point for today. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much for calling in, sir. Thank you so much for calling in.
No problem, man. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you. The number to call is 954-529-8030. You may wonder why I came back with this thing today, but I decided to do. And why? You know why I'm doing this? I'm not doing this for no people of no. You know, why I'm doing this is because for far too long, the Jamaican people's fundamental rights continue being breached by the government of this country and the police and director of public prosecution and also the Shern. For far too long. For far too long. And there is no way, there's absolutely no way that we must sit down in this country and continue putting our eggs beside head and bell. At the end of the day, nobody's standing up for us. Nobody's saying, no man, we can't continue breaching the fundamental rights of the Jamaican people. This administration alone, no other administration in the history of Jamaica, no Edward Siaga, no Michael Manley, no PJ Patterson, no Bruce Golding, no Mama P. Yes, they do it, you know. But this administration blatantly continue to breach the fundamental human rights of its people that it serves. And we cannot. Hello, Miss Williams. We cannot as people. Every 5 years, we put the X beside the bell, and we cannot say something in our own country. Or the head, X beside the head or the bell. We cannot continue like this as a people. And we must demand accountability. The director of public prosecution, her office must be looked into. The Bar Association of Jamaica. Oh, I'm telling you, is deaf. It's not going to use the make a playback is sitting again because it look like somebody from the Bar Association must be listening to us. Let us play back an interview that the director of public prosecution said when Isaac Buchanan said something on a social media platform. I want to hear it though. So I want to hear this. I never hear it.
Fallout,
Llewellyn's
the
shocking comments
discussions,
on VYBZ KARTEL Privy Council appeal.
heat from the VYBZ Kartel Privy Council ruling continue. And this morning, for the first time, the DPP was responding since the judgment came down last Thursday morning. And she was asked by Tona and Ricardo about the advice she gave to the judge in the trial after it was revealed that there was an attempt to bribe the jurors.
DPP, having been told that all of your jurors in 2014 had been offered a $500,000 bribe, why did you not advise the judge that it was probably best to dismiss the jury, which was now obviously tainted?
You see, you are now trying to get me to discuss the matter, and I told you that I didn't wish to.
No, but certainly this point, DPP, is important because here the law lords are saying you advised the judge that you were prepared to proceed even though you knew that the entire panel, 11 jurors...
Sorry, I have to cut this. I have a call coming in. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Mekotar program.
Hi.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
All I see around this VYBZ Kartel.
Pardon me?
All I see surrounding this VYBZ Kartel case with the DPP and everyone else that is involved, aside from his lawyer, it's just a whole bunch of corruption. And a whole lot of players in Jamaica playing favorites. You have the nation's TV station and the radio station playing favorite sides, not trying to split justice, not doing anything in the interest of justice. And I'm wondering, from my knowledge, there are a lot of people in the police force and around the judicial system who should know the law. And you're telling me that not one person can stand up and set the example and say, this has to stop now from what she's doing. First thing they did, they arrested VYBZ Kartel for weed, right? Never gave him bail, right? Then they charged him for one murder. Never gave him bail. They charged him for a second murder. Never gave him bail. 13 years sitting in jail. Never got bail. I've seen a lot of other Jamaicans commit murder down there or accused of committing murder and they got bail and then went back to court. Right? How is it we have the Prime Minister, right? Who I think is connected with the DPP. When it's election time, it's convenient for him to go around in the green clocks, play on the people of the poorer class, play on their minds, right? And then the last time he was running, he said, oh, a great man once said, every ghetto youth is a star. From my knowledge, VYBZ Kartel is not dead.
From your knowledge,
so there's a whole, from my knowledge, VYBZ Kartel is not dead. He's still alive. So when the Prime Minister said a great man once said every ghetto youth is a star, that was quoting a VYBZ Kartel. And for all the fans of VYBZ Kartel who knows VYBZ Kartel lyrics, they would know that that was a VYBZ Kartel that was being quoted at that point in time.
And his remarks was hold on for me. His remarks was this: a man once said.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm asking, what game are they playing and playing on the emotion of the Jamaican people?
Yes.
It's not everyone that comes from Jamaica is stupid. I mean, some of us figured out a way out to educate ourselves, so we do understand what's going on. It's just they came, just you played it earlier. They said they had a video showing VYBZ Kartel and his cronies committing murder. That video circulated the internet a whole bunch of times, and I never saw no one on there committing any murder. I saw a bunch of hands and feet and voices talking and whatever they were saying they were going to do, but I never saw anyone killing anyone on any video like what they did and told the Jamaican people, right? The cell phone that they said has been contaminated or tampered with, correct saying, right? Tampered with, right? A lot of Jamaican people are saying with all the evidence they should convict and they should retry and they should do this. They destroyed the house, right? So no outside forensic team could come in and do an outside DNA analysis on the house, right? They covered all their tracks, sir. They know exactly what they're doing. Now, there are a lot of people, they took VYBZ Kartel to jail for the weed, took his cell phone and everything, go do what they had to do with the cell phone and everything, and came back and laid the charges and started playing their games from there. And used the media and everything else to play along for them. That's all I have to say.
Thank you for calling in. Thank you, my friend, for calling in.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. You know, there's a lot of people in the chat room this afternoon here. We have 343 people on the chat here, 338. I hope you all like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You all have some good words to say on the chat here, are some good comments, I should say. Sorry, some good comments, and you know, whether it be bad or good, I thank you all for it. But when we sit back and analyzed this country of ours that we call Jamaica, from 1962 until now, 62 to 2024, we'll be celebrating, is it 62 years of independence? Yes, I think. You can calculate this for me. 62 to 2004. Yeah, man, it's 62 years of independence. Isn't that true, yo? I think so, yes. What have we done? Or what have these two political parties done to really help the people of this country? They pass laws upon laws in this country. But yet, in the same breath when they're passing the law, they're stepping on the fundamental human rights of the Jamaican people. You have churches in this country per square mile. Umbrella Group of Churches, Jamaica Council of Churches, the Nyabingi churches, the Revival churches, the Disia church and the Dada church. Everywhere you turn in the country here, you find both church and bar. Everywhere you turn, you find a church and a bar in this country. And you ask yourself the question, have the churches in this country served the people well? At one point in our lives, you could hear the churches speak out against what is going on. Now all the church them dead. Who not scam the poor people in the church? The sexually molested young people them. I'll say it again. You have some churches in this country. If they're not scamming you, they're sexually molesting the little boys and girls in the churches. So they don't have no time to talk about what's going on in the country. While you have some of the churches who have prayer breakfast, and it's only the people of the Vumvava and the Vumvavi can go to those prayer breakfasts, and when they pray, they want to take down the roof of the Pegasus to pray for the Prime Minister and opposition leader. That's the only time they pray. You ever hear a church have a big open-air meeting and decide to call on the Prime Minister and say, listen to me, put this country in 7-day fasting, or put this country in prayer? It's El Salvador. I saw a video that I wish I had the video here with me. El Salvador president, in his inaugural address to the people of El Salvador, he said, when crime rocked in El Salvador, He said he called on the Divine Master to pray. He called on his people to pray to the Divine Master to solve El Salvador crime problem. And the man who was interviewing was Tucker Carlson. And Tucker asked him why he did that. And right now El Salvador crime problem is down how many percent? This country is well known as churches per square mile in the Guinness Book of World Record. What happened to us? What happened to us in this country? Every Sunday we dress to post back foot down at church. Are we truly praying to the God above? One moment for me. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Mequitar program. Please turn off your device in the background. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing? Welcome to the program.
I'm doing good. I'm here listening to your program and I'm saying to myself that it is such a blessing when people's eyes open. And for me, whether Cartel is innocent or guilty, I see him now as a national hero.
Why you say that?
Why I say that?
Yes.
Because of the awareness that he brings to the public. And maybe he will not get the national hero in our lifetime, but in some time to come, based on the awareness.
When you said awareness, what do you mean? I don't understand you. Explain it more to me.
All right, the awareness as it relates to our justice system and the mishandling of persons that are in charge, persons that the government, so to speak, that we hold accountable to look out for our rights.
Mm-hmm.
They fail us miserable.
Oh, yes.
They fail us miserable. And this case, it says a lot. It says that we have made a lot of mistakes. However, Cartel case said we can now redo the foundation and go forward. And I just want to say to VYBZ Kartel, whether you're innocent or you're guilty, I thank you for taking this case to the People Council. I thank you for remaining mentally strong so we can learn so much from you. So that is why I said the awareness that VYBZ Kartel will bring to Jamaican people, years to come, he will be deemed national hero. VYBZ Kartel right now is a Marcus God, whether he is innocent or not.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with innocent or guilty.
True, true. It has to do with the fundamental human rights of an individual.
Right. And you made mention what happened right now about the human rights.
Yes.
Nothing. We are not hearing anything. The human rights, what are they? Yes, I understand in Jamaica, the only time I heard about the human rights is when it comes down to children. That is good, but it goes way beyond that. We all are human and we all consider innocent until proven guilty.
My.
So as I said, again, and when I'm following this case, the judge right now who are overseeing the case, it tells me that we have the brain, we have the ability to do the right thing, but because of what we face in Jamaica is a systemic problem. Whether we can do the job or not, because of influence from higher places, it bombards them to do their job effectively.
Yeah, man, because
But now this case pushed them on the map and said, listen me, you can do your job, do it, and do it effectively and efficiently.
I think you know what happened? You know what happened also, sir? Back in 2011, you used to have people on social media of such, but it wasn't a great barrage of people.
Yes.
And nowadays, people will go and do their research.
Yes.
Dig up things and come out with it and speak about it.
Yes.
And I think that is what is killing these people to say, hey, you see what is going on? Jamaicans are not a bunch of idiots anymore,
I guarantee you right now, if any of the research people in Jamaica should do a research right now, and in every year you take 10 police officers who got here 2000, 2010, 2014, go all the way right back, and just ask 10 random police officers, what is our constitutional right? They don't know.
Them not even know this, and they're really something.
And how can you put somebody in charge to serve and protect when they don't know what they are serving, what they are protecting, what they are even take the oath to uphold?
Good question.
As I said, and keep this note, VYBZ Kartel will be a national hero, whether he is guilty or not, because what he brings to the country, it can start a revolution. I hope not. Jamaica people, we are no longer in the dark. Technology has evolved. We are learning as the day goes by. So it is in the best interest of the upper ranks of society to ease up off our neck and let us breathe. That's my
breathe. How long, my brother? How long?
How long? That's the question. How long? So you're doing a good work. Keep doing your good work. And we have to give credit to guys like you who keep it alive and bring and spread the awareness.
Thank you, sir.
Because freedom is scary, but we have to do with it.
Indeed.
I'm watching this where the police officers and the mother after school. I don't know if you have seen that clip.
I have seen it, and one of the reasons why I decide not to play this, you know why?
Yes.
I watched another video where the safety and protection police officer for the school came out and said that nobody sees fit to call him.
Yes.
He said that the mother was called to the school to apologize. And the mother apologized to the school and everything. If my memory serves me correctly, don't quote me on this, please. And then somebody must have called the police, and the police came in. And the police must have said something to her, and the mother must have pointed her finger or whatever.
Yes. And my thing, sir, two right doesn't make a wrong.
Thank you.
But remember, the police officer is acting as an administration arm of our government. It simply means the onus is on her to have more restraint because you are properly trained.
Thank you.
So, it doesn't matter what the civilian says. It is your job. You are my government. You represent the government. You should be professional.
And not only that, sir. I keep on asking the question, in these police officers training at Tucson Park, were they told or were they shown how to kick and box Jamaican citizens?
That's something we need to look into. What are the training manual? What does it contain? Who wrote those training manuals? There's so much. And then she retaliates. She said, listen, you will not get bail. She didn't. It is our right as Jamaican citizens to be free from retaliation from our government. You're a law enforcer, not a feeling enforcer.
So when you hear an arm of the state, in case you don't know, the Jamaica Constable Force was made out of the Morant Bay Rebellion.
Yes, sir.
To protect the people of the Vumvava and the Vumvavi back in the days.
Yes.
So when you hear an officer telling a Jamaican citizen that she won't get any bail, who is she to tell the person that?
Exactly. So no, you're what? You're enforcing your feelings, and because those who supervise you will allow you to enforce your feelings and not enforcing the law, then they get away with so much.
The same way, Jamaica's chief.
I remember some years ago, I'm in Jamaica, and a police officer in plain clothes come into my car, pulled his gun, pointed at me, because he was under the impression that I was running robot. I'm saying to myself, my God, if today that should happen, it would be another story because now I am aware. It would be the morgue coming to take you out of my car. I think the next big thing in Jamaica, we need a lot of constitutional lawyers. So that's a great field to go for lawyers to venture into in Jamaica right now. Constitutional law, because there's so much is happening.
And you know something, sir? If that police officer could look on that woman and say she'll never get bail, it's same way Jamaica's chief prosecutor, the director of public prosecution, Paula Lulowin, whatever her name is, can tell the people of Jamaica that I have dealt with tainted jurors before. It's nothing.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, every case that she have ever looked into her career must come under review. That is what we now call the uphold law, because you have admit that publicly. Then every case in your entire career must come under scrutiny. Yep.
My brother, all we have to do for this country of ours is pray and hope. You remember when Peter Bunting said this country needs divine intervention?
Yes.
Everybody laughed at Mr. Bunting, including myself. I was like, this man is a Minister of National Security. Where on divine intervention we do? But now I realize it. Jamaica need divine intervention.
I tell you, when we look at how much Jamaica now has, how much funds the Defense Ministry have put into riot gears, we wonder what if we are now a first world country or a third world country, why we want to oppress the people of the land, keep our voice down. So many big armored truck and all these things. What are we?
The Prime Minister must expect some war.
Thank you. Yes, something. Suppress the people. But Jamaica people, we are getting wise. We are learning.
Marcus Garvey did say, no, black people not going to know themselves until the back is against the wall.
Yep. Yep.
And the late Robert Nesta Marley said, get up, stand up.
Stand up for your right.
Okay. Don't give up.
Yes, sir. I tell you, this case, I'm so, as I said, whether Cartel is innocent or guilty, your Cartel represents the poor. And because...
Hello?
Hello?
Yes. I have an next call coming in. That's why it's chipping you out.
Mr. M6, upper ranks class of society, what happened to that case?
Do me a favor, my brother. Can you call me back? I can take this call. You can call me back, okay?
All right.
Oh, Lord, the person hung up. The number to call is 954-529-8030. What I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. Please do not go anywhere.
Moses listened, Moses heard, and Moses treated the matter with the respect it deserves. How different from what we see today in leadership, in state and in church. Whether church or society, our leaders are too big to listen to your little petty demand. We don't have any time to hear you. You're not important enough. But time come for us to rid ourselves of the arrogance. It is time for us to rid ourselves of the arrogance exercised by the gatekeepers and the enforcers who have beaten the word of God into weapons of injustice, weapons of inequity, and weapons of gross iniquities. Some of us, and many of you, can attest to the arrogance that you have experienced at the hands and the pen strokes and the taps of leaders and those in positions of power who determine your future by denying you your rights in the present.
Oh yes, they have. They have continued to deny the fundamental rights of the Jamaican people. That is why we must stand up in this country. Pleasant good afternoon. Welcome to the Mekutar program. Where you calling from?
Hi, Jeffrey. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm here looking and living at Wilmot Perkins.
That makes two of us, brother. I know you're alone. Jesus. Yeah, Jeffrey, I'm tired.
Every day you're tired. What I'm to you?
I'm tired of Jamaica. No, sir.
Somebody tell your country, my dear.
No, sir. What else must I do, Jeffrey? What else must I do? Spirit divine, we need divine intervention. This have need more than divine intervention. We just throw up our hands on our wait for Master God to do all of the work. So we can do some of the work too.
No, we don't have the power to do none of the work. We don't wait for God to do it.
Yes, but we are overworked, God. We should do some of the work. We have brains. Don't we have a brains? Your brain frozen, the brain them frozen? We have brains. Under this eater, if the brain them frozen, them can't out by now. And we think outside the box. Jesus Christ. No, sir. I'm not a fan of cartel. But with this case, is a disgrace. It's a big disgrace with this case. It's a big disgrace. I may ask the question, how many people they in a prison under Paula Llewellyn? When if he did it? How many? Right? See, I said make the mistake and put up sit about her. And how much year suspension anyone give him? 2 years. Because they know say him have the case I deal with. Right? And them are going to give him they was going to give him 2 year suspension. Paula Llewellyn talking out her mouth. So she worked with painting jewelry before. And she still did it. All them do is take her off a front page and put her up on the sideline and she still at work. She should not be there. The Bar Association should bar her. But the whole of them, Jeffrey, wrap up in a one big bed. Not even a queen size, a standard size bed. The whole of them wrap up in the bed underneath the sheet. Just justice system is so slack. The justice system in this country, Jamaica, is so loose. It open up like clothespin. And the thing about it, Jamaican poor people not study their rights. We need to study our human rights.
I wouldn't say they don't study their human rights. You know. It's just that for far too long, they have taken away the fundamental rights and don't give it for us to read, in a sense. You know? Thank you, my friend.
But Jeffrey, now that we have internet and YouTube and what, you can find it on there. We need to go read up some of it, including myself, because nothing I hide again, Jeffrey. Back in the days, in my time and your time, things would have hide, but nothing I hide nowadays. Nothing not hide. So let us go and read it. If you can't read it, cipher it or call it rat, lizard, and mongoose. But see if you can understand it. It's as simple as that. East Kingston here.
Thank you very much for calling East Kingston.
All right, let's come on.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Mekutar program. Where you calling from?
Yes, sir. Calling from Jamaica. We're at Portmore.
Hey, we're going to the land of no water. Portmore, what are you doing?
Boy, may I tell you, sir. Listen to your program, but first time calling. It's sad to say, I'm a born Jamaican, a young man, and sad to say that, look, the only country better than Jamaica is Haiti. Sometimes I read 39.
You're 39?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And never tell us that the only country better than Jamaica right now, it is Haiti. And one of my main purpose why I'm going to call you. And what I'm going to say, politics have nothing to do with this, because I never vote yet. Sometimes I sit down and realize if our leader, if them really looking at themselves and see what's going on in this country, and how them feel in themselves. And sir, I'm going to be honest with you. Hello.
No, hold on for me. Hold on for me, my friend. You're breaking. Hello? Hello. Hold on for me. You're breaking up. I can hardly hear you. Hello?
Yes, sir. I'm still there, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I didn't hear one thing you said. You only said when our leaders and after that you cut off. So start from there.
No, I was saying sometimes I wonder when our leaders, when them sit on a line on them bed and hear the cry of the people, them, how them feel in themselves. How them feel in themselves. Me keep on asking my question this, sir. Why when our police officer in Jamaica, why when them wrong, them still get away with right? Why? Can't our prime minister see that you're setting up this police force against the citizens of Jamaica, and one day enough gonna be enough when some of these people is going to can't take it no more. Look, sir, look. I see a riot coming. Me not prophesy because me not prophecy. But the days and how our leaders and the police treat our own Jamaicans, it is coming. A riot is coming. Because when enough is enough, we just can't take it no more. I never vote yet. I never. Someone want. This is not about politics. About our leaders. Them are going on the wrong path.
Hold on for me, my good friend. Hold on for me, sir. Hold on for me. I am not going to tell you to do anything, but what I'm going to say to you, it is your fundamental right, sir, to vote, to exercise your right to vote, to have a say in your country. I know you're going to say, Jeffrey, I've reached a point where I don't see who I want to vote for. I know you're going to say that, but it is your right to vote, sir. Your vote is power.
Mr. Jeffrey, I'm going to say one more thing and give somebody else a call. When I look back on that video, I shook my head. And the reason why I shook my head with that police lady and that lady, one, I'm trying to say to myself that that thing could have dealt with better. Would that police lady would like to see somebody treat her mother, her daughter in that way?
Number one, the police officer has no right to hold a woman in her hair. None. The woman has no right. The civilian has no right to drape the policewoman like that either. Too wrong, don't better.
Too wrong, calm, right. You understand me?
And why is it? Because I heard in the video that somebody said to the policewoman, where is her handcuff? So she don't have any handcuff.
And but Mr. Jeffrey, when she gonna say it, and yes, she did say it, that the woman now get no bail. What she's saying, the police above the law. But basically, I must say we are above the law and what we said, and it's full time for our commissioner of police and our minister of security stepping now because these police are pushing for a riot.
May I say something to you,
sir? Are pushing for a riot.
May I say something to you, sir?
Sure.
I remember.
Sure, sir.
Remember, I said this to you the 20th of June 2024. That the Minister of Injustice, along with his second twiddly dum Commissioner of Police, gonna tell you people that is bloggers and social media start this. And one of them is gonna say that because we're outspoken. Jamaica does not have a Minister of National Security, sir. Nor a Commissioner of Police.
You're right. You're so right. You're so right. You're so right. You're so right. But like I said, keep on doing what you're doing, sir, and you are opening up a lot of eyes. You are opening up and you are giving young people like myself hope. Because I'm gonna tell you this. Jamaica gone and it gone to the dogs. I'm gonna say gone, it gone. It really gone. When I went by the passport office some days ago, I missed the line up there. I said, all right, I'm convinced now. Nobody no want to stay here. Nobody not even want to come back home. And that's how bad it is. And because of what? The people that we call leaders. And they can't see. Them can't open them eye and see. Sometimes I wonder when them in them bed, how them sleep. How them sleep. Our leaders, how no sleep. How no sleep. How no do it. Minister of security, you don't have family. Police officers in Jamaica who don't have family. We want to make these leaders are using as a skateboard.
My God.
Have a great day, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you for calling. Before you go, my friend, before you go. That I'm fasting in the business, but I'm pretty much sure you have a job to work.
Not at this point in time, and sometimes I get so frustrated. It's the grace of God that carry me. The grace of God. Sometimes I get let me say this to you. I was living in Westmoreland, and I leave from Westmoreland because of reason. And the reason for that, sometimes when you don't want to get yourself in wrongs, you run. So I work in the hotel industry for years, certified chef. And getting a job is the hardest thing to do. And sometimes I tell myself, no, it's not the time for me to go to prison. It must be time for me to come back. And my daughter, who I'm going to do certain things, I swear to you, sir, no police never tell me to walk up because me stay out of trouble. Literally stay out of trouble. Period, me stay out of trouble. And I'm trying to say to you, sir, before I go, this is one thing where I can't understand. The only work now you can find in Jamaica is security and call centers. Are you aware now that you have to have subject to do security work? So, but then when I could read and write and go do one security test and get to work, no, if I have a subject, I can't get it.
Hey. Jesus, have mercy.
And this is what is happening in you feel, look, let me just go a little bit further. You felt like all young men just want to sit down on the roadside and smoke and drink. It's not everyone that leaves school have subject. It's not everyone, but some of them can read and write. And you're saying no, for you to go in as security, you have to have subject. Why? Why you have to have subject figure go to a security to get a job? Why? And then we will talk about. Go ahead, sir.
You said that you are a certified chef?
Yes, sir.
Do me a favor. When you know the program is finished.
Yes, sir.
I want you to call me off here. I want to talk to you about something. All right?
Okay, no problem.
All right.
And then my last point. Our leaders, please check it out. Look how many students leave school last year, and how many gonna leave school this year, and how much is gonna sit down on the roadside, and how much of these young girls gonna turn prostitute, and how much of these young men is going to scam and thief, and it's the same police officers them is gonna kill them because they don't have nothing to do. Mr. Prime Minister, think about it now. Think about it, sir. Think about it. A young man like myself who have 3 kids, thank God my 2 boys are overseas. I have a daughter. And when daughter said, Daddy, I'm hungry, I know say one shot down there, so we expect Daddy I go do. And there's how many fathers when them go home and them kids say, Daddy, I'm hungry. And Daddy knows say Mr. Kinder right around this with a grocery store. Mr. Prime Minister, what you feel is going to happen? What you feel is going to happen, sir? Have a great day, sir.
No.
I will.
Hold on for me.
Yes, sir.
Talk to them. You have more time, so talk to them.
And these are the things I'm looking. I'm going to emphasize. My grandfather is a born laborite. Born. The first time I know Mr. Edward Siaga, and it's through my grandfather. Through my grandfather, and I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is this: what is there for the young? We have over 3,000 young women and young men leave school this year, plus they leave last year. What they are going to do? Them are going to scam, them are going to thief, them are going to turn prostitute. There is no other way for them. Because we don't make no way for them. We don't go thinking about Uno. Because I'm going to tell the listener, sir, this is what me look for. If you should look in at politics, look. When one resign, I'm son or him brother take film position. So they was thinking about their family. They're not thinking about, and they don't talk about love Jamaica. No man, they don't love one can get. We not think about the youths out there. I know every youth want to pick up gun. Youths out here, willing for work. Where is the job? Where is it? Look, sir, you can't take up $1,000 and once you got a shop. If you go cook some food, you can't do it. Cost of living is so high. It is so high. And any country in our cost of living is high. It got poverty must come one day. It must come. Look at it. Look at it. Me now. Me take up some money. I go borrow money from the bank. Go buy some food and I go sell it. Police them come, them take you away. Me have to go big fine at that 20,000 to get back my goods them. When I buy, to try to make a money. Mr. Prime Minister, what are you telling? We are said to we. What are you saying to we, sir? For a young man like me, what should I do? And had a young man in Jamaica, I'm not talking about myself, had a young man in Jamaica who don't have any subject but can read and write. I know you have to have subjects to go do a little security work. What about them? Looking on yourself, man. And just at the caller before, I said, Cartel case open up so many eyes. There is so many young men in a laptop right now. Shouldn't do that. Because them can't afford a lawyer because of the system that we have. Because we don't have them can't afford a lawyer. Them lack away. And then we talk about out of many one people. Come on, man. We talk about independent. Come on, man. Come on. Let's all look in ourselves because we can do better. We're not going to wait until it come right on the doorstep. They say who feels it knows it. Who feel it knows it, sir. Them now feel it, so them now gonna know it. And them hear the cry over and over. But they don't business about the cry. They don't business about the cry now. But this is how me know. When enough is enough. And Jamaican can't take it no more. Trust me. Trust me. The people them are going to react. I have one police force is the most disgrace. First of all, they don't even know how to talk to people. You want to tell a big man as boy, girl. You're ready for kick. You're ready for box. And not now come out of it because you can't fight them. Because if you try to fight the law, and them see them not turn on and kill you. And people are sit down and I take it day after day after day after day after day after day. You know, for when me give up on this trust upon this system, sir, the man in the BMW who shoot the schoolboy in him head.
Yes, I remember that.
What come out of that? Because this man having big business and in big business them where some of them man can run to the right one check. Give them. What come out of that? Shoot the innocent school youth in them head. What become of that? We can't hear nothing more about that. That sweep on the carpet. And the man go tell them about justice system. Come on, man. If we talk about justice system, we could talk about that. What about that man? How that man not in a prison like Cartel? How that man not in there? Because this man having big business them, sir. And he can write some check with some people. So this man have to stay up on the road, him can't get locked up. And the man will tell me about justice. Wanna expect Jamaican young people to do. Mr. Prime Minister, in a couple of years, graduation, how many are left school? What are the plans for them? What are the plans for them? You know, you're not saying nothing. What are the plans for them? We don't want all of the young ladies them to go turn prostitute. And then we can kill out all our young man them because they don't have nothing to do, them hungry. And everybody can be hungry. Like me said to you, sir, enough time be tempted of doing the wrong things. But my grandmother brought me up well. And then you want to come talk about honor for the people and the love. Or don't go love on yourself, man. I love when I can scrape on a family. Wanna love Jamaica. Or don't go pretend like you love, or don't. And I feel that we as people open up our eyes. Open up our eyes and stop talking about, oh, we are dieted. Full time. We get over this ump. We are dieted with what? Them come to them and give 500 and tell us this and that and the same thing every 4 years, the same thing they keep on doing, nothing change. And like I said, we don't have a security minister. We don't have none. Because when the police them can do anything to people and get away with it, anything. And I want to say me say, why when the police them wrong, them get away with everything? Why? And that them are work for we, because we are pay tax. And before them protect you, them more hurt you than protect you. So me really want to see what come out of this case with this lady and this police woman here. Really, Mr. Wallace and Mr. Mr. Security of what? We don't have mother, we don't have sisters. How would you like to see a police officer cheat on the mother? So yes, to hold on camera, correct, the lady was wrong. If you jeep up the police officer like that, but how can I hold a person I'm here like that and a business because we're above the law and we can do anything to people and also no getaway? There is none. There is no good one to say. You tell me that there is none can say no man. No, we can go about it different. There is none. Sir, you enjoy the rest of your day, yes, sir. We'll talk again. Like I said, I will give you a call, sir.
Please do.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I sit here and I listen to this young man. And I ask myself the question this afternoon. Is there any justice in Gillian for anybody? Is there any justice in Jamaica? Somewhere in the Bible I read when Jesus told, or the good God above told Jonah to go and warn the people of Nineveh. You ever hear this song, warn them, Jonah, warn them? Jesus told Jonah to warn the people of Nineveh. And Jonah decided to go on a boat. I decided to be swallowed by a whale. And the whale spit him out on the beach. You know what the young man said? There comes a time when the people are going to rebel. There comes a time when the people are going to rebel. How long? How long, my God, how long? How long are you going to stand by and let your poor people suffer? I'm going to look for something and read it to you all. Because many of us believe that there is not a God. Many of us believe that there is not a God. In St. Matthew 5, I'm going to start at verse 3. It said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for there is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who thirst and hunger after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the peacemaker, for they shall show mercy. Blessed are the poor in heart, for they shall see God." Go and read St. Matthew 5, my fellow Jamaicans. And why I go there is to show you that if you think the God that we serve going to stand by and allow the injustice in Jamaica to continue, we all make a sad mistake. Couple days ago, a 4.2 earthquake rocked certain part of Jamaica. I keep on singing this song to you all, you know. One moment for me. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Make We Talk program.
Yes, Jeffrey. Good afternoon, man. Greetings and manners, man.
How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, good, man. I hear the pain in the brother voice, man.
May I tell you, honestly,
yeah, man.
I am not that type of emotional person, you know. But I had to fight back tears a while ago.
Man, and he's a good brother, you know, because you're just listening word, you know, he's a good brother. You know, and he got the right meditation. He said he made me time in tempted if really just, you know, just give it up and a care. But him, I think about him, you, the man, a good brother, man.
He's a certified chef.
Man, and look hotel in Jamaica, sir. Look hotel a bill up along a movie where I'm from. Hotels like crazy. Man, the people are full, man. Enough is enough. Them when the election coming up, you know, sir. They got the choice, you know. Them have to choose. Them have to make the choice, you know. Now, you know, they, you know, if you really can make a vote for them, and them have to go out and vote, you know, and just get rid of this man and him crookedness and him evil self and him evil people, you know, man, because they not really care about the country, you know, so I lose half of this man wholeness, you know, so I tell us, I think the man will do good for the people, you know, sir. The man just make the devil take him over, you know, man. You know, the things bad, man, things really bad, sir. But the thing, you know, this thing, you know, sir, you see, the people of Jamaica now, like all the media said, and all of them don't they think that these men are leaders, sir. Jeffrey, these men are no leaders, sir. As we read in the Bible, and I think in Jeremiah, where I listen, Gino Jennings, you talk about preachers and so on. Where the Bible says, sir, a man cannot say him a preacher if he's not sent by God, sir. You have to be sent to do a preacher. So you cannot, not because people like a one person or like a person and go in the voting booth and go vote for them because they like them and them are dieted this and that. That doesn't mean them a leader, sir. Leadership, they're not no subject in a school as leadership, sir. Leadership is not something, and you know, and something you learn, and something you have to born with. It's a inborn thing. You have to born to lead to be a leader. You know? So that is the problem, sir. That is the problem. And you vote for a man or you give a man a job and say him a manager, him a supervisor, him a this and that. That doesn't mean him a no leader. He means no leader. They are no leaders. Is that leadership is a thing in you. Is a thing that you born within you. So these men are no leaders, man. That's why things go in the way it's going, man. They are no leaders, sir. You know? Leaders make right decision for making people and in country everything are right and in people them happy, man. These men just follow, you know, they must follow other countries, but they must, at the same time they must follow, they must imitate. They're imitating some of the good things, but they're imitating most of the bad things. I don't know what to say, sir. I don't tell you the truth. I don't know what to say at all, but we here can't give up still, you know, we have to help them. You know? And I'm glad for the work with man like you are doing, and Mr. Rattigan and Carlos and, you know, and Mr. Rattigan and in team, we work team of them, man, you know. Man, we have to fight for the country, man. We have to fight for our country, so we're not giving up on it, we're not giving up, man.
Indeed, my friend. Indeed.
Yeah, Jamaica is not for handle wholeness, nor in wife, nor in friends, them in no jail, and neither PMP, neither Jamaicans are for all Jamaicans and for all mankind. As the Bible says, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof and they that dwell therein, sir. You know? So Jamaica is for everyone. You know, who all Jamaican who born there, wherever they're from, and they have money where they can travel to Jamaica and go, you know, go full joy some of the blessing there, you know. Jamaica enough for wholeness, enough for Andrew wholeness, and enough for Juliet wholeness, and enough for JLP, and enough for PMP. So, you know, every man in there and in team, and them are going like say, I think like say Jamaica for them. When God create Jamaica, in put a will, say, this is for Andrew wholeness. Jamaica belongs to Andrew wholeness, and Jamaica belongs to his wife, Juliet wholeness, and their friend, and it belongs to JLP. Them better think again, man. Nothing like that, sir. Nothing like that. No such thing. So them better think again. I wonder how them man they really sleep at night, sir. I don't even think they really sleep, you know.
You thought they sleep better, man. They sleep better, man. Yeah.
No man, they torment, man. The tormented man, I don't they sleep, man.
When they done yam, they steak and whatever want to eat. They sleep better than you and I. You and I is here worrying ourselves. Why we not get the money if we go pay this and we go pay that? Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because them already take away from the people. But I think me hear the man, I watch a little thing, when I watch all of it, you know, when me hear the man, I make some confession, they say not they sin against Jamaica, sin against the people, and I beg God for mercy. But I wonder for the real God.
It was a prayer breakfast happened from what he killed Philip, and he got there about now, Lord Jesus,
you know,
we have sinned against the people of Jamaica. God was like, man, Jerry, shut him out.
But you know, but I don't even think that the real God, the true God, him attack or maybe he don't even mean what he's saying, you know. It's just a little sham for make the people think that, you know, he conscious or aware of what them really doing and thing. But man, that man don't care, man. Make them give him back power again. Make when election day come and the people them give him back more power and they will know what time it is, man.
And they will do it, you know.
They will do it, yes, man, because them not the sense, man. At time Mark Golding to get a chance. I mean, a PMP, me, a JLP, me, none of them, but who is doing good for my country and the people, and you get my support. So, me think it's time for Mark Golding get a chance, you know, make him prove himself, you know.
Yes.
Yes, man, it's time him to get a chance, you know, give him a chance, you know. But I don't think he gonna do. I think he learned from this man. So he's not gonna go out there go do the same crap and go get the same lashing and you know and go get the same put down like this man. No.
Let me make something clear this afternoon.
Yes.
The 20th day of June 2024.
Yes.
If and when Mr. Holness put on in Green Clarkson called the election. And if Mark Jefferson Golding of the People's National Party should win state power in this country.
Yes.
And if you believe, Mr. Golding, that you're going to get away with anything and make a sad mistake.
No, ignore that.
As long as the Almighty God give me breath.
Ignore that, man.
I will be on your toes, sir.
Ignore that. Let me tell you, I'm not going to do the same thing like this, man. He's not going to make the same mistake. And, you know, he learned from this man. You know? This man time is overdue, man. This only upon overtime, man. Yeah, man, he's I must have goal enough. You know, he's a liar, as they say, you know, by profession. You have to stand up more serious still, too, you know? Yeah, man, you know, he's expected to be the next leader of the country. You have to stand up more serious on this man and his team, man. Yeah, man, you have to get more serious, man. There's so much thing to say, man. There's so much thing to say at Bob Marley. I got so much thing to say, but you know, we can't say everything one time. You know, my heart full to man. My heart full right now. Me I tell you, man. You know, if you start the language the people can understand. Enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. I just hope Jamaican people them wake up and open up them eyes and know say it's not about no party thing or no diety thing. You know, it's about who will make we have a better real life and give our children a better future and who will do good for the country so we can have a more better life. You know, no party thing. We get rid of this man.
All right, sir.
So take it easy, yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, man.
You know, we came on here to speak about the thing about VYBZ Kartel, and it leads to a lot of things. I'm going to take this last call. I'm going to close the program. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Mekotar program. Where are you calling from, please?
Again.
Hello?
I called to tell the Jamaican people.
Hello?
Andrew. Hello, Mr. Tavares.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. I'm calling to tell you that Andrew Holness does not have a playbook, sir. The first 5-year term Andrew Holness did, and you can go back and look at both president and prime minister and do your comparison. The first 5-year term Andrew Holness did, he mimicked everything President Trump did. Okay? Hence his speech talking about first 100 days. When he told Jamaican people he was going to give them stimulus check, it was based off that. That's why he used to come and address the nation. Ever since President Trump left the office, he didn't come back and address the nation. He only came back and told the people he's no longer looking for popularity. right? Now, Trump is not in office. So he's running on another president's playbook. Like I told you, he don't have one for himself. So he's either going off of Netanyahu's playbook right now, or he's going off of China's president's playbook. But he does not have a playbook for himself. And the next thing is, just to say quickly, the man, like how the ladies came out in Kendall, right? And they're in Kendall, in Manchester.
Yes. I heard about that. Yeah.
And they're protesting for the 14-year-old child, right? It's been years now. A lot of children and females are dying in Jamaica, right? And how that female came out and said she runs Manchester. And if the Prime Minister doesn't come and speak to her over there, then they're going to turn Manchester from orange to green. From green to orange, right? I'm wondering how many more females in Jamaica have that power, because a lot of female and kids are dying and they're not standing up until it reaches their doorstep. So is everyone gonna wait individually until it reaches your doorstep before you guys decide to stand up down there for something? That's all I have to say, sir.
Thank you very much for calling in, sir. Thank you. What a woe situation, what a woe. Weeping and wailing, lightning and thunder, what a woe. Mama be da da dee da. Jackie, good afternoon. Welcome to the Make We Talk program. I tell you something, you know. There's a call coming in a while ago. I can call back because I'm going to take that call and then that's it for the afternoon. Remember, we have a program at 7 o'clock this evening. The Real Jamaican Diaspora, right here on the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. Consists of Wilfred Radigan, myself, Herb Nelson Jr., Dr. Rupert Francis, and Mr. President. We'll be coming on this evening on the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel, live at 7 p.m. US time, 6 p.m. Jamaica time. I tell you something, you know. You see, if we, and I keep on saying if we the people do not speak out. When you listen to that young man from Portmore who just called a while ago, your heart move. It grieve you to see where this country is coming from. Good afternoon, reggae girls. How are you doing? It grieves to see where this country is going. It grieve you. It grieve you. It grieve you. When a country, when a government cannot provide water, proper health care, proper education, proper security, and jobs for its people, 5 basic things that you cannot provide for your people, something is wrong with the governing of your country. And I say this afternoon to the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mr. Holness, Prime Minister Michael Andrew Holness. Sir, listen to the cry of your people, sir. Mr. Holness, I'm appealing to you, sir. Listen to the cry of your people. Listen to the cry of your people, sir. Listen to the cry of people your age and younger. Listen to the cry of your Jamaican people, sir. Mr. Holness, listen to the cry of your Jamaican people, sir. Mr. Mark Jefferson Golden, Listen to the cry of your people, sir. Listen to the cry of your people crying out for justice in this country, sir. To all female parliamentarians, to Jamaica First Lady, the Governor General wife, she is the First Lady, not Juliet Holness. Listen to the cry of your female. The females of this country are crying out to the female leaders of this country. All female parliamentarians, listen to the cry of the females of this country. The young women and old women of this country. Mrs. Patrick Linton Allen, the wife of the Governor General, you are too quiet, ma'am. The Jamaican people, the females of this country are crying out to you, ma'am. Listen to us. We the people. We the Jamaican people. You hear what the young man from Portmore said? That the day is coming. He's not prophesying anything. He said the day is coming when the Jamaican people are going to rise up. My good friend Robin Jerry Small said, one day the dam must burst. The late Wilmot Perkins have this to say, and in many airways, the center cannot hold mere anarchy upon the land. I am no prophet, nor do I profess to be a prophet. But the Jamaican people are giving the politicians of Jamaica a warning. The Jamaican people are giving the parliamentarians in Jamaica a clear warning. Enough is enough. We will not stand by. And I will say something that no matter what, no matter where I go, Jamaica will always be my home. I'm proud to be a Jamaican. But I will not sit by, and I will not stand idly by and see the country that we love so much going down a slippery path and a slippery slope and don't say nothing. Before I go, I'm going to say it again. Prime Minister Michael Andrew Holness, listen to your people, sir. Do not take arrogancy. And don't listen to your people. Prime Minister Michael Andrew Holness, I know you all don't like me. I'm not begging anybody to like me either. But when you listen to the people that call into the show, time and time again, your heart grieves to know that your black brothers and sisters are going through what they're going through. Mr. Holness, look within yourself, sir. You were the one who said that you will not extend the tenure of the DPP. What happened? Why you did it now, sir? When the DPP applied for an extension, you said no way. And all of a sudden, you all signed on and say yes. Mr. Holness, Mr. Michael Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of this country, Jamaica, wake up, sir. The God that the Jamaican people pray to is not sleeping. And if you have a heart and a conscience, sir, the justice system in this country is worse than Riverton Dump. How many other Jamaicans are languishing in prisons in this country? How many? How many? Why is it that the DPP is still an attorney when she admits to the people of this country that she has dealt with tainted jurors before? How many DPP are we paying in this country? Is the taxpayers of this country paying two individuals to be director of public prosecution, Mr. Holness? Don't bother sit around your desk at Jamaica House, Mr. Holness, and say, oh, Jeffrey Tavares a propagandist to the PNP. I'm not propagandist for anybody. I'm a Jamaican, sir. Not a member of any political party. The people are crying out, Mr. Holness. Prime Minister Michael Andrew Holness. Wake up, sir. The people are crying out for help. I didn't say what I said a while ago. The young man said that if the police force continue to treat the Jamaican people this way, sir, the time gonna come when the people gonna rebel. Mr. Holness, Prime Minister Michael Andrew Holness, stop let the poor people of this country high water reach you, sir. Do something. Let the police force take the knees out of the neck of the Jamaican people. Prime Minister Michael Andrew Holness, let your administration take their knees out of the neck of the Jamaican people. They cannot breathe. They're breathless. If we don't stand up now, then when? If we, the people, don't stand up now, then when will we stand up? What sort of Jamaica are we going to leave for our children? From Negril Point to Moran Point, what sort of Jamaica are we going to leave for our children? PNP, JLP, UIC, RNOC. What sort of Jamaica are we leaving for our children? Think on those things. Until you hear my voice again at 7 p.m. US time or 6 p.m. Jamaica time, I am Jeffrey Tavares. And may God bless you. May God continue to bless this island home of ours. Jamaica land we love. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Have a great afternoon, everyone. And don't give up. Continue to support this channel in whatever way you can. Continue to fight for the land that you love. Continue to fight for the land that we truly love. The land of our birth. Jamaica land we love. Good afternoon.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.